Have you ever noticed that the more you try to please everyone, the less happy you become? It seems contradictory, doesn't it? I'm going to tell you the truth about getting rich. But first, subscribe to the channel and like this video. The truth is exactly this. The key to thriving lies not in being approved, but in silently freeing yourself from the shackles that drain your energy. Imagine if there was a way to start transforming your life right now, without anyone noticing, without needing applause or validation, just you, your choices, and your inner strength. Many people spend their entire lives chasing acceptance, comparing themselves to unrealistic standards, and getting lost in endless justifications. The paradox is that this quest for approval is what keeps you trapped, while those who dare to act in silence advance quietly and consistently toward success. It's as if you were looking at someone else's trail, trying to follow every step, while ignoring your own road, full of unique possibilities. And here's the point. Nobody tells you. True transformation doesn't happen on stage. It doesn't happen in posts or public statements. It happens in the silence of your daily decisions. Those small changes, invisible to others, have the power to rebuild your confidence, your clarity, and even your financial and emotional prosperity. You just need to take the first step, and the domino effect will begin to spread. During this video, you will discover 7 silent habits that are holding you back. These are things you need to eliminate from your life quietly, without explaining, without asking permission. Each one may seem simple, but together, they have the power to unlock your potential and open up opportunities you never imagined possible. Prepare to realize that what you feared most, acting alone and silently, is actually what will lead you to true freedom. And the most surprising thing, you don't need to wait for anyone's approval. You don't need perfect conditions, and you don't need to shout it for the world to hear. All you need to do is start now, quietly, and let the results speak for themselves. Are you ready to discover how to take the first steps? Then pay attention, because each tip that follows will challenge what you believed about progress, power, and prosperity. People who drain your energy. You know those people who seem to drain your energy just by looking at you? Those friends, colleagues, or even family members who always find a way to put you down, minimize your achievements, or turn your victories into silent doubts. The truth is, you don't need that. Every minute you spend trying to please or justify your choices to those who only criticize is a minute stolen from your own evolution. It's like trying to run with someone sitting on your shoulder pulling you back. It's impossible to gain speed. Imagine someone who always has a negative comment ready. You share an achievement and hear, "Ah, but so-and-so did it faster." Or you try something new and receive that doubtful look that unintentionally makes you question your own courage. The problem isn't the person themselves, but the effect they have on you. Each repeated interaction, each prolonged conversation, leaves you more tired, more anxious, more trapped in a zone of doubt and fear. The secret is simple, yet powerful. Silent action. You don't need to explain, justify, or create drama. Just start distancing yourself gradually. Respond simply and reduce your availability. A simple, "I'm busy," or "Yes, that's fine," when asked already creates enough distance. It's not aggressive. It's not selfishness. It's respect for your own space and energy. And it's precisely in this silence that you discover how capable you are of keeping your inner strength intact. When you start protecting your energy in this way, something curious happens. You realize you don't need anyone's approval to live life to the fullest. People will notice changes, but they don't need to understand every step you took to get there. And this creates a multiplier effect. Your confidence grows, your clarity increases, and suddenly you have more time and energy to invest in projects that truly matter, in people who add value, and in goals worth pursuing. And here's the link to the next step. When you protect your energy, you naturally begin to realize how many decisions are being influenced by external approval. That desire to please everyone, to constantly seek validation, is the next silent obstacle that keeps you stuck. But before you get to it, you need to feel the profound impact of having freed yourself from the people who drain your strength. The constant need for approval. Have you ever noticed how many decisions are postponed simply because someone needs to approve them? It's as if every step depends on an external opinion. And the truth is that this constant search for approval is a silent thief of your autonomy. Every time you ask, "What do you think?" before acting, you are surrendering your power. It's as if you're putting control of your life in someone else's hands, and this limits not only your actions, but also your confidence to try, fail, and learn. Imagine this scenario. You have an amazing idea, something your heart yearns to do, but before you start, you ask 10 people if they think it's right. Some discourage you, others doubt you, and in the end, you don't even try. How many opportunities have passed you by like this? How many times has the fear of no or the judgment of others prevented you from reaping rewards that could only be yours? Every decision you delegate is a wasted portion of your potential. The solution, however, is surprisingly simple. Making decisions alone. Listen to your intuition. Pray if it's your habit. Analyze the situation and decide. There's no need to announce every step. When you say, "I've decided to do it this way," period. There's no room for debate or manipulation. This silent practice strengthens your self-confidence and creates a sense of personal responsibility that no one can take away from you. When you start acting this way, even if you feel discomfort or fear of being wrong, you begin to realize something liberating. You are capable of self-management. Each choice made alone is a small boost of power, practical proof that you don't need everyone's approval to live fully. It's like learning to ride a bike without training wheels. The first moments are difficult, but the freedom you gain by being able to pedal alone is priceless. And this realization prepares you for the next step. When you stop seeking approval, you naturally begin to see another silent habit that limits you: the excess of justifications. Whenever you try too hard to please or over-explain, you give away energy and open yourself up to unnecessary questions. But before diving into that, it's essential to feel the impact of acting autonomously. The habit of giving endless explanations. Have you ever noticed how some people feel the need to justify every choice they make? Every refusal, every decision, every no turns into an endless list of reasons, and ultimately, this drains more energy than any external criticism. It's like carrying a backpack full of stones while trying to walk light. Each long explanation weighs you down and steals focus from what really matters. Freedom begins when you understand that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Imagine this scenario. You're invited to something you don't want to attend. Instead of saying, "I can't go," you explain 5 or 6 reasons, each more detailed than the last, trying to convince the other person that you're right. This not only wears you down, but opens the door to debate, questioning, and often manipulation. And every minute spent justifying yourself is a minute of wasted energy that could be invested in your own dreams or decisions. Change happens when you start responding in a way simple and firm: "I won't be able to," "I've decided to do things differently," "I'm not comfortable." No long justifications, no drama. This is a silent act of power and self-respect. By adopting this posture, you keep your space and energy intact, while those around you gradually learn that your decisions are yours. Indisputable. With this practice, something interesting happens. You begin to realize that life becomes less stressful, clearer. Each short answer strengthens your confidence and leaves space for you to focus on What really matters? You're not being rude. You're establishing healthy boundaries, and that's liberating. It's like putting up invisible fences that protect your energy without having to shout or justify yourself. And here's the hook for the next topic. When you stop over-explaining yourself, you naturally notice another silent habit that's harming your life. Constant comparisons. They steal your sense of worth and distort your perception of what you've truly accomplished. But before we explore that, it's important to feel the impact of regaining your energy and autonomy by cutting out unnecessary justifications. Constant comparisons that make you feel inferior. Have you ever caught yourself looking at someone else's life and thinking, "Why can't I achieve that?" Or, "She has everything, and I have nothing." This silent habit of comparing yourself is a thief of energy and self-esteem. Every time you measure yourself by the standards of others, you are losing touch with your own worth and distorting your perception of what you have already achieved. It's like comparing an unfinished painting to a masterpiece. Injustice is inevitable, and frustration is certain. Think of real-life examples. That colleague who seems to climb the career ladder effortlessly, the neighbor with the perfect house, or that influencer who only shows off their achievements. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes moments with other people's best moments, and that creates feelings of inadequacy. What few people realize is that another person's success does not diminish yours. Each journey is unique, and what you see is just the tip of the iceberg, not all the effort behind it. The key is in cleanse your digital and mental environment. Unfollowing accounts that generate insecurity, disconnecting from conversations that increase self-doubt, and reframing comparative thoughts is liberating. For example, instead of thinking, "He achieved more than me," change it to, "He's on his journey, I'm on mine." Everyone has their own pace. Small adjustments like this transform how you see your achievements and boost your self-esteem. Furthermore, practice genuinely celebrating the success of others. When someone shines, instead of feeling envious, recognize that it's possible for you too. This simple exercise changes your mindset and helps you see opportunities instead of shortcomings. The energy that was previously consumed by comparison is now directed towards your own goals, dreams, and personal growth. And here's the hook for the next step. When you stop comparing yourself, you open up space to break free from another silent habit that keeps you stuck in the past. The resentments you carry. The past doesn't have to be your tormentor, and the next change will show you how to transform those hurts into freedom and strength for the present. Resentments from the past. How often do you find yourself reliving old mistakes, relationship hurts, or missed opportunities? This silent habit of clinging to the past is like carrying invisible chains. The more you look back, the less you can move forward. Each painful memory consumes mental and emotional energy, diverting attention from the present and blocking your growth. Imagine someone who mentally replays old conversations or blames themselves for decisions they made when they didn't know what they know now. Each repetition strengthens the emotional burden, making it impossible to fully live in the present. It's like trying to run while carrying sandbags in your arms. You exert yourself, but rarely advance in the direction that truly matters. Transformation happens when you decide to silently free oneself from the past. This doesn't mean forgetting, but accepting and forgiving. You can write a letter to your younger self, acknowledging that you did the best you could, and then symbolically burn it. This ritual, though simple, is powerful. It transforms pain into freedom and allows your energy to return to the present. Furthermore, forgiving those who hurt you isn't about them. It's about you. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison hoping someone else will suffer. By forgiving, you regain control, clarity, and inner peace. Small gestures like remembering to mentally affirm, "That's in the past. Now I'm different and I can act," are continuous exercises in emotional liberation. And here's the hook for the next topic. When you let go of the past, you create space for to act without being paralyzed by perfectionism. Without the weight of past mistakes, it's easier to make decisions, experiment, and learn. The next step is precisely to eliminate the perfectionism that prevents you from starting, even knowing that progress is better than perfection. Paralyzing perfectionism. How many times have you postponed something waiting for the perfect moment? Projects, important conversations, or even small decisions get stalled because you want everything to be flawless. This silent perfectionism is a thief of progress. While you plan, less qualified but more courageous people move forward and achieve. It's like waiting for the perfect car to leave home, while the available transportation could take you further if you only had the courage to set off. Imagine someone who dreams of launching a business or starting a creative project. They plan, research, create endless lists, and before they know it, months or years have passed. Meanwhile, others, less prepared, launch their projects, learn from their mistakes, and evolve. The paradox? Perfection is just an illusion that keeps you stuck, achieving nothing. Life rewards action, not endless planning. The solution lies in to act imperfectly, but to act, start today, even without all the resources or complete knowledge. Write that email you've been putting off. Talk to that important person. Start your project with what you have. Every step, even the flawed ones, is real learning that perfect planning will never give you. Practice is always more powerful than theory. Furthermore, by abandoning perfectionism, you realize that fear was the real barrier. Each stumble, each mistake, reveals that you are capable of handling imperfect situations. Real progress comes from starting, adjusting, and continuing, not from waiting for ideal conditions. Small advances generate confidence and motivation to face bigger challenges. And here's the hook for the next topic. When you stop waiting for perfection and start taking action, there's still one last silent block that needs to be eliminated. The fear of being judged by others. This is the last obstacle preventing you from living authentically, without masks or limitations imposed by external opinions. Fear of being judged by others. Have you ever stopped yourself from doing something you wanted to do just because you imagined what others might think? This silent fear of judgment is one of the biggest blocks to an authentic life. It makes you wear masks, hide opinions, and even postpone dreams. Deep down, you live to please an audience that, most of the time, isn't even really paying attention. And while that happens, your energy and freedom are drained, and the life that could be yours remains untouched. Imagine someone with an incredible talent for public speaking or creating something innovative, but who repeatedly remains silent for fear of criticism. Each missed opportunity reinforces insecurity and keeps you trapped in a lesser version of yourself. The paradox is cruel. What you fear most, judgment, is rarely as intense as you imagine, and while you worry about it, you miss out on real experiences, learning, and connections. Liberation comes when you start to take action. Despite the fear, use small acts of courage. Wear that outfit you love. Voice the opinion you've been holding back. Start that project you've been putting off. The idea isn't to disrespect anyone, but rather to prioritize your authenticity. The more you practice, the more you realize that the world doesn't collapse and that other people's opinions have far less power than you imagined. The Bible also gives us perspective. Galatians 1:10 asks whether we seek to please men or God. Focusing on public opinion often distracts us from our true mission and purpose. Every small act of courage and silence strengthens your emotional independence, reinforces your identity, and teaches you that you are capable of living according to your values, not according to external expectations. And so, by eliminating this last blockage, You complete the list of 7 things that should quietly leave your life. Now, all this released energy can be directed towards actions, projects, and relationships that truly matter, making room for the best version of yourself without needing anyone's approval, only your own conviction. Now that you know these 7 things that need to quietly leave your life, it's time to act. Think, which of these 7 is holding you back right now? Choose one. Start today and observe the silent transformation that happens in your energy, your confidence, and your mental clarity. Small, consistent steps make giant changes, and every action you take today is a silent declaration of power over your own life. Remember, you don't need to explain, justify, or announce your changes to anyone. True freedom and growth happen in the silence of your commitment to yourself. When you start acting without expecting validation, you are building a solid foundation for future decisions, for opportunities you deserve, and for genuine relationships that value who you truly are. Now I want to challenge you. Write in the comments which of the 7 things you will eliminate first. Don't think too much. Don't hesitate. Just choose and start. This creates not only commitment, but also interaction, and those who share their own decision inspire others to do the same. After all, positive energy is contagious, and seeing you take action can motivate someone who also needs to take the first step. And don't stop there. If you want to continue evolving, strengthening your mind, and transforming your life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you'll receive content that helps eliminate silent habits, unlock your potential, and achieve results that previously seemed impossible. This is the moment for you to take control of your own story, without waiting for anyone else. Remember, silent action, consistent choices, and inner courage are what truly transform lives. What are you waiting for to begin? Every step you take now is one more step toward freedom, prosperity, and becoming the best version of yourself. Don't put it off. Start today, and let your results make the noise you deserve.